Hey folks, how y'all doing? Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, today I'm going to show you how easy and simple it is to upgrade your landing gear on your Arrows Marlin. Now y'all seen me fly the Arrows Marlin. This is a great flying plane, and the stock gear are more than functional and they do work. But a lot of the other planes that are coming out, like the Futura 64 and the Banshee, you can get upgraded gear. Well, you can get upgraded gear for this, the trailing link suspension type gear. What you have to do, the FMS Futura 64, okay, from HobbyZone, you can go in there and buy its gear. Now it's look on here. The main gear are $15.99 for both of these, and the front gear are $8.99. So what's about 25 bucks you'd have invested, okay? And the only tool you're going to need is a little Allen wrench, okay? So you order those gear, you get them in the mail. First off, you want to grab a hold of your chicken wire, one of the mains. Pull that out. Same thing the other side. Pull that out. Okay. Now, see that side there? Okay. You're going to just take your gear, and you want that trailing link to lean backwards. So if this one here would go on this side, you just put it in the hole, swing it around until it clicks into place, and see, that's how it's going to look. The gear is going to angle backwards, okay? Same thing for the other side. You're going to drop the pointy down in the hole, push it around until you hear it click, and now you've got trailing link gear. And when you put them side by side, basically you're going to raise the Marlin off the ground by about maybe an inch at the most. Now, nose gear is a little bit more in depth. This is where you're going to need to take your little wrench. On one side of the stock gear, you've got two grub screws. Okay, going in there to that top one, the one closest to the fuselage. You're going to want to loosen that up. Left to loosen, right to tighten. Get a hold of it. Turns out I've got the wrong size wrench for that one. Sorry. Thought I had the right one, but I guess I don't. Because it's just spinning. Okay, there we go. Alright. Anyways, you're going to get your little Allen wrench. I think the one I had there was stripped. And then that loosen the one closest to the fuselage. You'll see the end of that grub screw kind of hanging out. Since you can reuse this in another plane maybe, tighten that grub screw back down so that you don't lose it. Set that off to the side. Now, on the new one, you have a grub screw on both sides. That's great. On one side of this rod that's hanging down, you have a flat space where the one grub screw is going to lock in, and then the other grub screw is going to push against that shaft, making it even more secure. Now, one thing you want to be careful of, this is where you want to take your fuselage or the battery hatch off. Okay, set it off the side, and there's this pin in there that grabs a hold of the steering. Still think of it as a tiller arm. You don't want that to drop down. So what I like to do, set my model down, keep my finger in there on that tiller arm to keep this pushed up. Okay, and also make sure that that tiller arm is going straight parallel with the fuselage. That way you know it's straight. The flat piece on there will make it straight. Now you want this to go to the rear. Hold on just a second, okay? Gotta pause. I'll let my daughter through. Video. Okay, we're back. Like I said, keep your finger on there, and you want to attach it to where the trailing, see how it kind of leans back? You want it to be back towards the back of the plane. Okay, make sure you loosen the grub screws in stock because they got them tightened all the way down. Okay. Which is a good thing. Okay. Keep your finger on that tiller arm. Drop that puppy down in place. Okay. All I'm doing, so I'm going to feel for that flat spot. Oh, there it is. So I can feel that. I can feel that servo moving. See, I got that nice and tight. And then this other side will push against that shaft. This grub screw will screw in and push against that shaft, which is even more secure than the existing gear. Now, here's the gear. Now look what I've got now. I now have trailing link suspension on my Marlin. She sits up a little bit higher. I wish I would have done a measurement before, but she does sit up a little bit higher. But think about it. Now it might be a little easier to take her on and off of grass. And her angle of attack, as far as how she sits on the ground, is really no different. And so you don't have, what I mean is the nose isn't up anymore than it already was. The whole model has just been lifted up off the ground maybe an inch longer. This is stronger, beefier gear. She now has suspension. The model is $199, flies amazing. This is basically a $25 upgrade. So you're going to have $225 or $224 total in the model. Okay. Can't wait to fly her now with this new upgrade and see how she lands. She already landed really well. This is just something I wanted. This puts her in the same class as the Banshee from Free Wing. You can pay about $25 and get the upgraded gear for it also. That's made just for the Banshee. And it's the same process. The FMS Futura 64 already has this exact gear. So, just so you know, go to HobbyZone, go to the FMS Futura 64, purchase the gear, the nose gear, and the main gear. And that's all you have to purchase. And you can put them into your existing Marlin. And now you have trailing link suspension on your Marlin. And we're going to, hopefully if this weather will cooperate, be able to fly one of these days. All right, thank you so much for Thank you so much for watching. That's just a real quick little tutorial on how to change that gear out. And don't throw this gear away. You wreck this gear, you've got replacement. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good one. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.